Welcome back to the Ghost Town. We are excited to get diving back into this stuff, but I wanted to kind of go over some of the stuff that I went and did in between episodes so that you understand kind of where we're at. And I did a few create type things, but mostly I just went mining. As you can see here, we're all kitted out. That's right. Well, I guess we're covered in diamonds, right? So we went and did a bunch of mining, made a little create mining board, and we did a lot of boring. Yeah. Boring. Anyway, let's go check out a few other things that we did. I guess you can see in the background here, I have a building half built, of course, it's me. So, and missing a roof. Because obviously roofs are a thing I protest. As you can see here, our desolate grave of a villager trading hall is definitely missing its roof still. But we're going to change that. I think that's going to actually become something else. But the reason that doesn't have a roof is I want mangrove wood for it, which I don't know if it'll look good or not. I just want to play around with it. I wanted kind of a different texture, but I don't have any mangrove wood. So we're going to go on an adventure to find mangrove wood, but not because of that. I would have done that off screen, but we actually have some adventuring stuff we need to do. One of the first additions or changes, I added a layer to our kelp farm. It's the sugar cane here. We need the sugar for our blaze cakes, right? I've got 18 of those suckers right here. Because in order to make those, we needed these bad boys, these crushing wheels. So I set up some mechanical crafters, created a bunch of crushing wheels, tore it down, and then just made this super basic crushing setup here. Very manual. Put your input at the top. Get your output from the bottom. As you see, I've been doing lots of wheat, so we're going to be doing some bread. It's going to be my main source of food for now. And you can also see experience from which is also great, especially when you're trying to, repair your mending tools and things like that. We need these amethyst shards here. I found a geode. I crushed down some of the blocks into the shards. We're going to be needing those here for this episode as well. Another addition is this button. It's fancy. Look at it. It's great. Well, let's do this. It actually turns this around and I got a basin. I thought I was pretty clever. I'm sure I'm not the first person to do something silly like that, but still our little kind of manual setups here, but now I can use this same mechanical press with a basin, which we needed for our, blaze cake bases, right? Ooh. What did I make? Sugar cube. Okay. I added a couple mods. First off, I added enchantment industry, and I added creates craft and additions, mostly because I got kind of annoyed by some of the things that I thought were in create that aren't. They're actually in those add-ons, and so I added that back in. I guess I just play with them all the time. For create craft and addition, one of the big things besides like catwalks and stuff is instead of having long lines of either shaft or the belts supplying our power everywhere, I want the wires with some motors and alternators. So this building actually here is going to be our power generating building. I know, it's beautiful. Brutalist much? Anyway, we're going to be producing power over there, and then we're just going to be using the power lines, which will actually be wires from the Creates Craft and Additions mod, in order to transfer power to all our different, maybe factories or whatever we might have. And then I added supplementaries. So there's a few mods that Destroy actually adds some compatibility with, which I kind of was discovering, and I decided I need to add them in to kind of cover all our bases here. So supplementaries is a very super basic one. Basically, they have chalkboards and supplementaries. You can use that to get chalk for Destroy. Chalk dust. There you go. And then another one is Farmer's Delight. I talked about the mushroom colony thing. I found in the code that it looks like there's future potential for some yeast colonies. That's where I kind of got confused with this stuff, which we're definitely going to be using this because you can crush this in a crushing wheel or a mill, the brown mushrooms, in order to make yeast. So we'll be setting up a brown mushroom farm or factory or something in order to get our yeast, and we'll have a big distilling factory over here. It's in the plans, but the compatibility for that I don't think it's quite been added quite yet. So might happen, might not. I have no idea. I haven't talked to or heard from the developer or anything like that. I just saw it in the code. But I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to focus on getting our vat made. That's right. Finally, we should have been focusing on that day one. I don't know why. Well, But we needed brass, we needed crushing wheels, we needed a few other things in order to get that all going. I have that stuff now. I have some mechanical crafters, so we're going to make that real quick, and because that's going to be crucial for a lot of the other stuff that we're going to be doing. Well, also, I just made this really stupid filler for these. I need to make a factory that actually makes these blaze cakes, but this will work for now. Because we're going to need to superheat some redstone in order to make some sulfur. We talked about that at the end of the last one. So if you haven't seen that, you should go watch it. If not, you'll see what we're going to be doing with it here in this episode. All right, so the important part of our vat, the most important part is this vat controller, right? So it seems like a simple recipe until you see what it takes to make these gas filters, right? So obviously I needed the mechanical crafters for this, because it's a 4x3 crafting grid. You need to make the zeolite catalyst, which takes tuft, and the silica, which is made by crushing up different things, but the most likely chance to get anything, like you see a 2% chance of all that, is actually the amethyst shard. We get 20% chance. So 1 in 5 of these shards is actually going to give us the silica, which is great. So that's why we actually put those over there. So let's actually start here. Let's grab these 35. 1 in 5, we should get about 7 silica if they're 20%. Turns out, right? 6, I guess, not too bad. Close enough. Alright, so we got our 2 silica and our 2 tuff. It gives us our zeolite catalyst. So I need to make set up a 4x3 crafting. So let me go do that real quick. The problem I'm going to run into is I only have 2,300 stress units, so I need to probably do these at a pretty slow speed, but that's okay. So maybe we'll just kind of set them up here temporarily in front of this, because we're only going to be doing this. Oh, hello. Just hiding right there. Just gonna place these very obnoxiously right here in front of this, but that's okay. We're gonna tear them down. That's not gonna stay there. If I pull this in, is it gonna overstress? Oh, it doesn't. Ooh. Oh. Well, that's low. Apparently, it doesn't take very much at all. All right, got all those pointing in the right direction. Let's go get the other things I need for it. Flip this back around. Put these bad boys in there. I still haven't rounded up my sheep here. Oh, perfect. Give me just enough. I need to do that. So maybe a wool farm. Alright, so we're gonna put this here, this filter, and this filter. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my gosh, that is so slow. And oh my gosh. Why do I do this to myself? Come on, pop off. Jeez. Alright, sorry mushroom farm, but you need to go. This is where we're going to put our vat, but there's a few things we need to talk about. So the vat itself doesn't require any stress units or anything like that. But, so our initial vat is definitely not going to be this big. We're going to make it a lot smaller now. The vat needs to be made out of certain materials. So it needs to be either copper, casing, glass, tinted glass, or iron. And they all have different values. Like I said, I covered that in a previous video. I'll leave a link to it. Go back and watch that. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But with that, we need to have access to underneath, because we either need to be cooling it or heating it, or neither, depending on the kind of reaction we want. Additionally, UV light plays into effect. So glass obviously lets us see what's going on in the vault, but it does let in UV light. So if we want a reaction to not have UV light, we use the tinted glass, which allows us to still look in and whatever. But obviously, it can't handle as much pressure. Its heat transfers has different things like that. So pretty complicated, sophisticated system, which I think is pretty cool. So we're going to come in here, and I'm actually going to dig down, because we're going to have like kind of a access stairway down here to get to either the blaze burners or the refrigerators, which we need to go actually capture at some point. So for now, let's do a 3x3 internal area for a vat, which means... Now, the sides here don't actually matter when calculating for the vat, so you can leave them out. I'll show you that here, and then we'll probably add stuff back in there, because I don't want to seem lazy. I already don't put roofs on things, guys. I need to have something that I complete. Like nether portals. Now, this doesn't have to be square. It can be rectangular. It can have different volumes on the inside. There's quite a bit of stuff. I don't have enough. We'll just make these copper casings in place. Doink, doink, doink. Now, I don't think I get superpowers if I fall into a vat of acid. So this will probably be the last time you'll see me in here. Hopefully. And hopefully we don't make it explode too often. So we're going to put a glass front on this, because, you know, I don't need this to be crazy strong, but I want to be able to see inside of there. So there we go. That controller. You see it checks and says, hey, this is valid. And it gives me the different capacities. Currently it's full of nitrogen and oxygen. So there's a few things we need to do here actually. So if we right click with these, it can give us a temperature gauge and a pressure gauge, which is great. It's going to help us understand where the pressure's at, where the temperature's at, specifically if we're trying to melt stuff down or get them to, react to different temperatures. And we're going to put a lever up here and climb up top, and we're going to click this with our thing as well, so it gives us a vent, which we can then turn on and off with this. Obviously, vent's important for maintaining different pressures. That just keeps going. Close that for now. You can see it tells us how many molecules or moles of the different chemicals we have. So we have some nitrogen and oxygen. Obviously, those are the air ratios, right? So on top of adding the blaze burners and whatnot on the bottom here, I do also want to add a way to input and output fluids and solids. We're going to do that along the back here. Well, you're all temporary anyway. You're getting in here. Oh, what am I doing? Let's do it on the side here. I should move my bed too. If I blow that up and kill myself, I'll end up... I mean, spawn's not too far away, but I'll move it anyway. This bamboo forest spot right here is where I hid from the Ravengers in order to snipe them off and kill them. So maybe this is where we'll put our bed. Peaceful forest. Probably not super practical. I'm going to hate getting in and out of here, but I've got my sleeping bag. Oh, let's set spawn. Alright, so I've been building for a little bit. The vat is actually working. We don't have our inputs and outputs quite yet, but well, it does in a little bit. I want to take a break and I want to go do a little bit of that exploring we talked about. So the thing we're going to be looking for is magic beans. I'm just kidding. We're actually looking for magic beetroot seeds that look like magic beans. And they're not going to require a wandering trader, and they're not going to require us to sell our cows for them. What we actually need is we need to put on our archaeology hat, which I kind of wish I had an archaeology hat to put on, but we need to go find some ruins, and we need to dig up some ancient things. Now, we're not going to be digging up the magic beetroot seeds ourselves. We're going to find a creature that'll dig them up for us. That's right. Put those Minecraft beasts to work. And that's the sniffer, which is going to require us to find a warm ocean ruins so that we can get a sniffer egg and hatch them. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to be using the Nature's Compass mod in order to find warm oceans because already it takes me forever to get these out. I don't need to spend forever searching for those. So I'm going to pop into that, go find some of those, skip a lot of that for you guys, and we'll catch you there when we're digging up, and then again when we get back here. All right, buddy, I'm going to need your feathers. Thank you. Alright, compass, and Nature's Compass, and a brush. There we go. Alright, let's check this out and see where it takes us. So we want warm oceans. And there we go. Oh, 1,400 blocks. See, it's a good thing I use this because there's no way I was gonna go off in that friggin' direction, and I'd probably been just going forever. So here we go. Oh. Well, I already knew where warm ocean was, so I don't know why I needed to do it. Anyway, we're going to travel up to our warm ocean that we definitely already knew about because we did our sea pickles. Jeez. Okay. Well, we have a now fancy compass that can tell us where biomes are. Ah, the ocean. Finally. This says we're still 500 blocks away. Maybe it's over there or whatever, but we're here. We don't need... Well, I don't need you. Just kidding. I don't want you. Okay, but so let's take a look at our map here. And we are looking for ruins. So it looks like we might have something over here. A few things mixed around here. It looks like we might have something right here. So let's just make sure our inventory is nice and empty. You stay right here, horsey. Don't go anywhere. I didn't bring a fence to tie you to or lead, but let's put more pickles over here too. Alright, here we go. There's something. Oh, hey, pufferfish. Ouch. Oh, we have a friend. A friend. He's throwing things at me. Oh, can I just say though, shaders make this look fantastic. But maybe I'm a little bit more difficult. So let's see, we gotta find suspicious sand. Now, Jade is nice enough to not tell us when there's suspicious sand, which is, I guess, good. Didn't think that was, but before I broke it, I wanted to make sure. Really? None? Alright. The shaders might be a little bit distracting in this case, so let's turn them off and just take a quick look and see if I'm not going crazy. Well, not gonna lie, not a great start to our archaeology careers here. Should have brought a boat. Alright, we found something over here on the map, and oh yeah, baby. Our friendly neighborhood. Oh, and look right there. Alright, let's some here. Take care of baddies, and then we'll do something. Oh, lot of baddies. Alright, let's get digging. Ammo, not what we want. Oh. Coal, also not what we want. Oh. Coal. Oh, looks like that hut didn't have anything for us. Turn shaders off to see if it's a little easier. Oh, here we go. Yes, finally. Oh, sit down. Oh, yes. Oh, I have searched high and low for this sucker. Woo! This was a massive orb on ocean, and yeah, finally, after probably 5 or 6 different freaking. All right, let's head back to base. All right, here we are back at the ghost town. That was quite the adventure. It took forever, but we got one. That's right. Oh, here we go. Look at that baby right there. Sniffer egg. Man, I have never had that much trouble finding a sniffer egg, and I've only found like 5 in my life. But anyway, we're gonna plant it here on the moss block. I believe the moss block helps it grow faster, so we'll let that just grow. This will be its little pen here. We'll let it grow while we come finish the stuff for our vault, or our vault, for our vat. Alright, so if we come over here, we're going to take and go and bury it in the floor. No. From that level, so of one going in, one coming out. Now, if we put these here, we'll be able to lock. There we go. That way we can lock them just in case we don't want stuff to come in or out. Perfect. Next, let's add the liquid part of this. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do something. Can't do that. This, and we're going to flip one of these around. If I do these here, then I can go like this, and there's where we can put our station. Now we can do one of these in, one of these out, and it'll be powered from the same place, and that should just work fine, I think. Yeah, see, it automatically creates the inputs, which is nice. And I just gotta figure out the closing and opening of this here. Oh, it's cracking. Hatch soon. Alright, we'll just keep poking our eyes over here occasionally. I don't know how long this is supposed to take. I don't think it's supposed to take too long. Alright, we'll sit and watch this. We'll put it right there so we can see while we're crafting. There we go. Now, I'm just doing this, mostly because I saw you could. But to distinguish the inputs and outputs. Now, yellow and blue just happen to be the flowers I could find. I was trying to do like a red and green, but you know, whatever. I also have been watching Fallout, so yellow and blue is like on my mind. Subconscious. Alright, so if we put that there, and that there, we can reach those. Okay. But we gotta get down here. We're gonna change this. Oh, that turns both of them. Shoot. Yeah, we definitely don't want that. Alright, that way we can see that there and that there. We'll put the input here. To 90. Like that. Boom, it's open. Boom, it's closed. Perfect. I'm just going to cover that up. But that's okay. And doesn't affect that one. Opens it up. Perfect. Well, that way we can use just one spot here and allow us to go down. Now I don't have access to the back anymore. It's okay because we're going to be doing it out here anyway. So we don't need to go access the back anymore. Oh, we have a baby. Oh, I can't see him. Little baby sniffer. Yeah. Woo. Okay. So this is all set. Really for what we need. So we've got input and output of solid goods. We've got input and output of liquid or gaseous stuff. Now, this isn't going to be able to pull out liquids. I didn't think about that. So we can only pull out liquids at the level it is at. Maybe I do want to move this down. I'm going to leave it for now. Like I said, you'll need this to be at the level of the liquids before we can pull it out. But we'll... I gotta think about this configuration. Maybe it'll come over here or something like that. But this is actually working just fine, so I can open that up. Equalize the air pressure. I don't know why it goes down when I close it, but whatever. We can add in our solids, subtract our solids. I guess the only other thing we could do here to upgrade this is make those brass so that we could filter it whenever we wanted to. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. Let's go wait for our sniffer to grow up and see if we can't get some of those magic beetroot seeds. Holy flip. Well, he's not growing up anytime soon. Okay. Well, maybe we'll be doing the the seeds next time, because I about ready to end this one. We're kind of running up on time, and we got our vat set up and we got our sniffers. So you know, two objectives. We didn't shoot. I just realized we did not get mangrove wood. I guess I have a need for this nature's compass after all. Of course, it's 3,000 blocks away and the opposite direction of our worm. So we wouldn't have even ran into it anyway. So it's okay that I forgot. Let's do some Googling and see if there's a way to speed up his time. Yeah. It looks like it takes like 40 minutes for these guys to grow up. So we're not gonna wait around for that. Right now, we will do that off screen. We will do that next time. Set up our beetroot farm. Because it turns out beetroots are the only way to get platinum and a few other resources. So, which we need for different chemical reactions. Alright, well, I was hoping to get a little bit farther in this episode, but that's okay. That's how life goes. If I don't stop recording and editing, this will never get out, which it's already taken a few weeks since the last time I published. So I'm going to get this out. Next time we're going to look at the electrolysis machine. We're going to look at, the dynamo, which does electrolysis. We're going to be looking at the centrifuge, and we're going to be taking a look at those beetroot seeds, the magic ones, which are getting us a lot quicker to some of those different resources versus going through the hyperaccumulated fertilizer, because that takes quite a bit of chemical compounds in order to create, which we will be creating it that way eventually, but for now, we'll just do it this way. Thank you guys for watching. We will catch you all in the next one. Hopefully it won't take me 2 weeks to get the next one out. We have a lot of everything that we need in order to do the next one, so it should be a lot quicker. And I know a lot of people are asking about plastics. We will get to that as soon as we possibly can. It's just, there's a lot that goes into that. Obviously oil, which I was hoping to get to next episode, but I kind of am figure we might not have time for that. But if we do, we'll get to it. If not, we'll keep going. There's a lot to do here, and like I said, it's a really robust mod. So tons to do, tons to learn, and we'll catch you all in the next one.